The Wall Street Journal has reported that U.S. troops, about 24 of them, have been secretly stationed in Taiwan for at least a year. Now, to talk with me about this today is a top military strategist in Taiwan, Professor Alexander Huang of Danjiang University's Graduate Institute of International Affairs and Strategic Studies. Professor Huang, thank you for joining me today.
It's my pleasure.
And tell me what you think of the reports of U.S. troops being here in Taiwan.
So far, the report had no official response from both Taiwan and the United States government. To my personal knowledge, that we, through a foreign military sales program, that we have robust military exchanges, including high-level visit and technical level assistance. Those visiting delegation or people are small, very small in terms of size. They are here only serve as an advisor or instructor. They try to help Taiwan to improve technical capabilities to deal with different scenarios and challenges. So it cannot and should not be framed as United States stationed troops in Taiwan.
So what about the report of there being Marines and Special Ops Forces training troops in Taiwan? Do you think that's true?
Yeah, it is true. I think that the report had certain degrees of validation, but it has never been approved that it can be shared with outside audience or media, because their work here is to teach person to person of combat skills. It's not the American stationed troops and ready to fight with Taiwan military shoulder by shoulder against someone.
Would you see it as an increased commitment by the U.S. to help Taiwan defend itself or to work with Taiwan in the event of a Chinese attack?
I would say that it shows that the United States' commitment to help Taiwan defend itself. It does not mean that we are working or paving a way for a campaign size or theater-wide, collaboration. We are not there yet, and I do not know whether we are going toward that direction. And I would not use this case to elaborate or to imagine that in the future there will be, brigade, a division or battalion type of joint operation. And that is not the case.
I'm also curious what you think of the recent, sending of many planes from China near Taiwan. We've seen over 600 this year already, 150 the first 4 days, of October. And then we saw also President Biden speak with, President Xi and saying they have a Taiwan agreement. Tell me what you think of what this Taiwan agreement could be.
If we cut out all the so-called impossibles, and then the best that we can think of, that something that Xi Jinping promised, President Biden, as Biden during his interview saying that he would hold China accountable for a Taiwan agreement. I would say the only possible agreement, quote unquote, that I can think of that is logical for me is that Xi Jinping said that Beijing will use peaceful means to resolve the problems across the Taiwan Strait. So that's it. So when the reporters run to the President Biden and say, what's your comment on the, bombers and reconnaissance planes, fighter jets flying through the Taiwan's ADIZ? And the president naturally would say, I would hold him accountable, because President Biden may remember that China had promised and agreed to use peaceful means to resolve political differences. And why are you sending so many military planes? That's how I would imagine what exactly the story was.
Well, thank you very much, Professor Huang, for all of your
Thank you.
thoughts. I've been speaking with a top military strategist in Taiwan, Professor Alexander Huang of the Graduate Institute of International Affairs and Strategic Studies at Danjiang University.